Hi, it's Michelle from Movement Lesson, and I don't know if many of you know about this, but I am knee deep and about to start presenting an international seminar on cognitive vision, meaning I see a lot of visual abnormalities that present complications within trying to do functional movements, meaning that if I'm not coming to sitting, in most cases, I'm also not bringing my eyes into sitting, kind of thing, and where to catch where those glimpses are. So with this video that I'm reviewing, what I'm seeing is lack of midline, lack of convergence, and or immature convergence, I should say, and really a lack of of binocular vision. So what does that mean? So first of all, crossing midline. People think midline is just here. Midline is in your shoulders, your elbows, wrists. That's part of my vision program. Back of heels, all of those kind of things. I cannot look over here and not cross midline. Now, my foot would come into the floor, my pelvic tilts, I turn my spine, and yes, I float my eyes over, and I float my eyes over, let's say, quote, crossing midline. But what gets overlooked, and I'm saying any kid that has neuromuscular issues, you have to check the vision, because also the eyes are a muscle. So to not have that as a part of your program, that needs to be changed. That's all I accomplish, that people go to the eye doctor. Any kind of physical diagnosis, you need to check your eyes out. I don't care. I don't care if it's just even a heart complication. You've got muscle issues, check your muscles, especially with the kids. So just because the eye, the acuity, the power rate, now that's just a refraction of light in let's say for 20/20, that I can see this camera, or my eyes are starting to go and I need reading glasses, that kind of thing. But I'm talking about functional vision. So what I'm seeing here is A, lack of crossing midline, and B, because of the lack of binocular vision. So in other words, when I have binocular vision with convergence, I can look, let's say, at a book, and now I can look at you. My eyes are still at a convergence point, whether they're here, here, or up at the plane. They will come together and converge. So when my eyes aren't converging, let's say, so here I'm converging, and the complaint might be, he looks at me but doesn't look at me. So to go from here to, let's say, to this. Now, do you see, I'm looking at you, I'm not looking at you. So I'm here, and now what that looks like in movement. So if I want to start looking around, first of all, it's really hard to go backwards when I don't have convergence. So everything's here, and I kind of look like this. Do you see how even though I'm, quote, crossing midline, I'm not crossing midline? So see the difference between my eyes, and I'll do it close to so you can see it. When I do this, do you see how my eyes go over my nose? And I get that, again, that convergence around as I scan the room. So I might have focusing issues where it's like, oh, the lamp or this, or you see the head tilts again, convergence is going to be poor. But when I'm walking around and let's say I'm in a mall and I'm just going, oh, that's nice, or this is what it looks like. But when I'm walking around and I don't have binocular vision, do you see the difference? See how I'm not looking at anything. I'm looking around, but I'm not looking at anything. So what that looks like close, excuse my camera here. So what closely, if I look at it again, I have convergence. I'm looking at you, or let's say I'm just looking around, right? But again, when I don't have binocular vision, watch how my eyes go out. So I'm looking here. It changes my facial expressions. It changes, like I'm seeing 5 cameras. Like I have no focus. And so again, when I look around, just see how it's much more, I hate to say it, like a hawk or a bird would look as they scan the room. So really, when you're working with any kind of skills, first we have to go after and see, do we have a dominant eye or not? We've got to catch that, especially when the child's older, like at 5 years old here. So dominant eye, mean instead of here where I'm talking, I'm just about here. Do you see how you're starting to see my eyes a little bit different? Or I might go here. Now this is hard for me because I'm not left dominant, I'm right dominant. And you'll see that, like if I go to do this versus left, you know, when your eye finger jumps. So if you're doing target, I would do right versus left. There's no there's no visual plane on my left side. So we all have a dominance there, but I'm talking about like dominant eye, where almost in a cyclops kind of way. We have to find the range. All of these I really explain on the 4-day seminar that I'm doing on cognitive vision, that you really get into on how the eyes to stimulate, because you're going to learn how this eye sees and this eye sees, and then how they work together. Because you have to have functional vision with functional movement. If the eyes are affected, all your movements are affected. If you change the eyes or improve movement in the eyes, then you improve movement of the body. So please, whether you see me or not again, that's fine. But you need to go to a good pediatric ophthalmologist that is not only going to check the power or the acuity of the eyes, dilation speeds, those kind of things, which they do as a medical exam, but I want someone to be checking specifically where the convergence is coming in or not. And binocular, eye dominance, those kind of things, sporadic vision to help him. But those are the things you have to work with to get those pelvis to move. I can't, if I'm like this, look at how I sit down. You know, versus if I'm looking, see again, because my eyes can spin, and I can do those kind of higher function skills because of my vision. Thanks, I hope that helps.